We're gonna go into the 5 key factors behind strength training for masters throwing, and we're gonna start right now. Masters throwing, what is it? I'm over 35 and I want to drop some bombs. If you're 35 years or older, you are considered a master. And so there's a difference here. When we start to age, training can become extremely challenging. We might take a little bit longer to recover. We might have some different injuries over our years and years of lifting and throwing and playing football or wrestling. All of these different movements can be chronic and lead to various issues with joints. So training a master's thrower is going to be a lot different than training an 18, 19, 20-year-old who's really trying to blow up and burst onto that college scene and become an All-American. So we've got to look at training a little bit differently. And where are we going to start? We've got to start right off with joint integrity. Elbows, shoulders, lower back, knees, ankles, all of those areas are going to be problem points. Okay, they're not always going to be issues, but we've got to think right off the bat, we want to train mobility with body weight. So this is a key for warming up effectively. We've got to use our body weight and find various exercises that can improve our overall mobility. Mobility is passive flexibility and stability in the joint. If we can do air squats with our body weight, walking lunges, even slower push-ups, or doing pigeon pose, anything that's gonna be utilizing body weight strength movements with even body weight yoga movements, now that's gonna lead to a little bit more mobility, which is going to improve the positions we're gonna hit, and it's also gonna wake us up a little bit more effectively, and that's gonna lead us into that second key element for training masters throwers, and that's gonna be utilizing band work. So why do I wanna utilize band work? I want mind-muscle connection. I want to improve my ability to feel different areas. So if I use a band, we've got Power Elastics. You can click on the link down below and pick up one of our bands that we utilize here at Garage Strength. And when we use bands with our throwers, we might do standard band work. We might do tricep work utilizing bands to have better mind muscle connection. We might utilize it for jumps. We can utilize it for waking up our glutes. So now we've got that band work to improve our mind muscle connection. And if we don't feel good, we feel like we haven't recovered from our last throw space session, we can do standard bands and feel that standing position with the band, and it's not gonna light us up as much. And we're even gonna have a little bit more proprioception from our brain to feel that position, and hopefully that carries over to our next throws-based session. So mobility, band work, those are the first 2 key factors behind strength training for masters throwers. That third concept, plan around your throwing days, okay? So if we're a masters, let's say we're 50, 55 years old, and we can only throw 2 to 3 days a week. So if I can only throw 3 days a week or 2 days a week, I don't want to do a huge lifting session the day before. I want to feel fresh. I want to feel decent as I'm getting into the circle. So if we had a week set up, I might say, let's throw on a Sunday or a Monday. Let's say we throw on a Sunday, and then we do a decent workout right after we throw. And then maybe immediately that next day on a Monday, we do another lift. Then we take off on Tuesday, and now we have that Tuesday to recover, and then Wednesday we throw again. So the big factor is plan around your throwing days. Don't plan around your lifting days, plan around your throwing days to maximize how many reps you can get, and so that you can focus on improving your technique, moving more efficiently, and ultimately leading to those longer throws. Another simple piece of advice, eat better. In the US, older people have a absurd rate of obesity. If we can lower our body fat, lower our visceral fat a little bit as we age, and it is challenging. That's why we've got to eat really, really well. But if we can eat well, we're gonna recover better. We're gonna move a little bit snappier in the circle. We're gonna feel better. We're gonna have more energy. Our brain's gonna function a little bit more effectively. That's gonna improve our overall output and commitment to the sport that we're participating in. We wanna be decent masters throwers. We wanna look good, we wanna feel good, we wanna throw far. So make sure that you actually eat well to improve recovery and to improve the length of your life. Now you're gonna be healthier for a longer period of time. If you're healthier for a longer period of time, you can take more throws later on in life. Now you can break those Masters World Records when you're 75, 80 years old. You're gonna walk around looking like Rob Soufflone. He's still jacked, right? And he's a great Masters thrower. And that's finally where we're gonna go into that final key aspect to help you improve strength training for Masters. Finally, Masters throwers. This is a really good piece of advice that I got from a really good Masters weightlifter. Set up your workout simple. Mobility, strength or power, bodybuilding movement. Simple. Mobility work to start off, you got a power movement or a strength movement, then you got some bodybuilding movements to finish it off. 35 to 50 minutes, that's a nice simple template that you can utilize to strength train for Masters-based throwing. So oftentimes, as we age, and I'm very, very guilty, I am considered a Masters, although I will never throw again. I'm 37 years old and I still want to train like I did when I was 22. I want to go in, I want to do 2 big lifts, then I want to do a really big strength movement, then I want to do, another hour of bodybuilding, and it just ruins you. It beats up your joints, it crushes you, it takes you longer to recover. And then if you're throwing, you can't focus on your technique because you're stiff. Your knees start to ache too much because you put too much stress on them and you aren't actually capable of focusing on the thing that you really want to focus on, and that's going to be throwing. So utilize this template: mobility, strength or power work, and then some bodybuilding. And if you need help with that, click on the link down below, head over to throwsuniversity.com and pick up our Masters-based strength training program to help you become a better Masters thrower. And if you need content around Masters-based training, click on this card right here. Until next time, guys, peace.